So I went live now.
It just says upcoming.
Says live, live 12, 14. Says now live.
It's not set to private or something, is it?
No, it says now live on the channel. So I wait for your response. So today we're gonna learn about numbers and early math learning.
All good.
Awesome. Can you give me thumbs up if you are in the stream? I'll keep an eye on questions as well, but I'm going live on both YouTube and TikTok. So let's see which one will work. Okay, going live now. Hey, educators, did you know that there are studies that are showing that children who know numbers significantly better in further reading and academic scores? So to quote the exact study, it says, that large studies across several countries found that mathematics skills, such as knowing numbers, predict later academic success, according to Penn and others. And this is a summary of studies in 2019. So early mathematics scores predict later mathematics scores and pre-reading skills, which is surprising. So this is why, as an early childhood teacher and experienced tutor, I would love to share the advanced ways of teaching mathematics with you. And I'm talking about young children who are from 0 to 8. So the group could be, I would say, 2 to 5 years old. So my main core audience of children that I used to teach math is from 3 to 5. But I used to teach children who were 6, who were 7, 8, and even 12. So this goes without saying that the key here is that it's new innovative method. So this is called Zaitsev math, and I learned about this method when I was living in Russia, in Moscow, and the teacher, my teacher Zaitsev, Nikolai Alexandrovich, unfortunately passed away. He was from St. Petersburg. This method is somewhat based on, I'm going to show you on the table that is like 100 table here. And this table is very similar to Montessori table. If you know Montessori, you probably know that they have quite advanced approach to teaching math, teaching numbers, and to actually be quite successful. So when they use Montessori materials such as golden beads and hundreds, and they apply Montessori methods, they are able to prepare children who are under 6 to know the numbers, to do addition, subtraction, timetables much better than any average child who goes to play-based learning setting. Doesn't mean that you can't learn math through play. Of course you can, but this method is holistic, right? And I'm going to explain you why. If you have any questions, ask them, and I'll try to answer maybe as we go or in the next video. But it would be good to clarify. Maybe you have some questions about these resources. So the resources are, as I said, quite innovative. So they include the line, which is called number line. And this number line goes from 0 to 100. So this is the rest of the line. Yes, so we have all these numbers. I couldn't fit them on the wall, but when I'm teaching in the classroom, I do fit them all up to 100. And favorite children's number, of course, is how old they are, usually 4. I'm 4. Or 100. Of course, they love big numbers. And one of my children in the group said that they love Google. So that was quite a genius child, right? So, and I asked him to write it down. So we had quite a lot of interesting learning happening there. So here is number line, and I'm going to start with presenting this one. This is a table, so that's 100 table that you can kind of create yourself and make a similar table to the one that I have. Also, I'm gonna look at these number cards. These number cards are fabulous because they are matching the table that I have on the wall, and they are matching the number line. So you can use any of these separately, but when they are together, they work really well. Okay, so let's start with the first experience, and that's pretty basic. I trialed it not just as part of tutoring, but as part of play-based learning kindergarten group, so preschool group, where I had children from 3 to 5. And I would have this part up to 20 on the wall every day during circle time. We would do counting. Yes, so and that would be playful. So I wouldn't push them to count, of course. It would be counting that is like this. So we'll start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can start with 10 and then go backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So you might not see all the line, but it is there, believe me. And you also can add a song here. Songs are the best for preschoolers. The younger children are, the more movement and more songs you want to add. But even children who I used to teach 7 to 8 to 12, they love movement. Movement is important for child's body, for any human's body. So when you are teaching anything abstract, children are not really catching up because their development is still at the stage of concrete operations, right? So they need concrete things. That's why when people teach math, they need to give children something that they can operate with, something that they can hold onto. And that's why this method actually involves that as well, such as cards, and I'm going to talk about it a lot more, but also you have something like that, a stick, a teacher's stick, yeah, which I beat children up with. No, I'm just joking. So we do have this stick, and I give them turns in holding it, so they can actually do the counting with me, and they love to have a turn at this. So again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So at this stage, what they're doing is a rote counting. So they don't really know the numbers, right? So if you show them what number is that, yeah, so I'm looking at 5. They might not know, but they might. So in this way, you will check who knows which numbers and what can be taught to the rest of the group. So for example, this one, 0, they usually don't know what 0 is. While here on my special number line, I have 0 without any squares and without any circles. So, and I also teach them that 0 means nothing, and it's easy for them to remember. 0, nothing. So we can count together as a group. So it's from 0 to 10 and backwards. So it's really important to do that routinely, and also you can turn it into a game. So what kind of game can you do? So game is very simple. When you want them to, let's say, go outside, you can stop them, or you want to let them go from the group time and circle time. You ask them to show you where is number 3. and offer them the stick, of course. So, and they will be like, let's say 3. Yeah, so pointing at 3. And you can say, off you go. And can you show me 5? Yeah, they can show you 5. Off you go. And if I have, let's say, 11 children, so it's 1:11 ratio in preschool room. Usually we have more than one teachers, which is great. So if it's 1:11, then you will have 11 children who are going through the same learning experience. Some are more advanced than others, and they will show you 5, and they will show you 1, and they will show you 9, and even 10 straight away because they know their numbers. They will go out first. But those ones who do not know numbers, they will see a lot of correct numbers, and they will see 5, and they will see 3, and they will see 10. And then it's their turn, and they will show you the wrong number, let's say, right? So there are like 2 or 3 kids who are last ones in the line, and they show you, ask them, so can you show me 1? And they will show you, like, let's say 2 or 10. And you say, that's 10, this is 1. And you show the correct one. So you use it not just as a competition or kind of pushing down academic curriculum. You are using it as challenge that is within the zone of proximal development. Anyone knows what zone of proximal development is? If you do, show me thumbs up. So zone of proximal development by Vygotsky. So that's the theory of learning, and we are working within the zone of proximal development. So apart from counting from 0 to 10 and back, with this age group 3 to 5, you can extend. So once they know these numbers, you can do 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, etc., etc., etc. So I like to do it holistically. So I actually do the whole 100 from day 1 if I'm tutoring. But if I'm, let's say, in preschool room that is play-based, I wouldn't do all 100. Yet, I would put this table, I'm going to show you the table. I will put this table on the wall from 0 to 99 and add 100 here. Why? Because children are visual learners, like any of us. You watch this video because you are a visual learner. So children are visual learners as well, and they need to see the whole thing. The brain, processes visual information much faster than any other information. So if you add auditory input, so for example, you will start using 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that adds another layer, right? So, and yeah, I use songs. I use fun songs, loads of songs that are free on Spotify. I'm using my phone right now, so I wouldn't be able to add the track, but I might pop the track as a pinned comment or later on. There are wonderful tracks. If you don't want to put on any music, which might be quite active and fun, you can actually sing yourself. So for example, any song that children know, nothing complex, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star will go like this: 0, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and you go on and on and on. If you are going through all 100, there are wonderful tracks that teach children to count to 100 and back. I suggest you go on Spotify, find this song called Numbers from 1 to 100, and counting in 2s, counting in 10s. Because if you are teaching primary school children, or you have your own children that you would like to teach math, adding this track to this table will make a huge difference. So you will be able to count from 0 yet to 100, but in tens, such as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then you can do skip counting as well. With this group 3 to 5, you will do 0, then skip 2, then 4, 6, 8, 10. And children might ask you, or you can tell them, why some numbers are black? while other numbers are orange. What's different about them? Make them think. Yes, so don't give them a response straight away. And that's again working. Um, um, like we are using inquiry-based learning. We are working on problems, so problem-based learning. If you give ready-to-use answers, there would be no learning ready. So we need to create this zone of proximal development. Ask them question, let them figure it out. Yeah. So that's our number line. So first we do counting, counting back, counting with songs, asking children to randomly point, and then leave this as part of your room environment. If you have a young child who is, let's say, under 5, put it up for them in their room or any space they're using, let's say on the fridge, um, and just see what happens. They might learn numbers without your support because they are very, very intelligent people, and they are really hardwired to learn. So that would be in my room just by default because that would be my teacher. You know, in Reggio Emilia approach, they call environment the third teacher. And that's what it is, right? So it's on the wall all the time for children to figure out things. You don't really need to be there doubting and showing them. You can, but if that's in the room, a lot of children will figure out things themselves. I have my wonderful the picture from my practice when there are two children, they're standing there, and this number line is on the floor. It's on the floor because we were walking along the line like this, which is also amazing. And you can use the stick and you can do that, or you can work with this number line just as is, and they can walk along and see how numbers going bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you have like I had a bigger room, but it takes all the room space to put all the cards out. So it's pretty cool, right? So it shows them that they go up the numbers. And eventually what they've done, these kids on the picture, they started to count by themselves. So I left it there while I was, like, let's say, packing up some other things, and I have a picture when two children are standing there and they are talking, and one is like pointing at some number that is like 45, and the other one is like he's got the expression of thinking on his face, which I absolutely love, because this is learning, right? So, and they learned it by themselves after we've done a lot of other things like that. So you can also add a little bit more interest to this learning by introducing their favorite toys, yes, or counters, of course, and you can ask, show me with, like, let's say your doggy, my dog Chester, where is number 5? Yes, so, or find number 5 on the table. 5 number 41, and they will be a bit confused, but then they will show you random numbers and you call them 51. No, that's 43. This is 31. That's 41. You are right. And that's learning as well. So after you've done number line, just in a simple way, and after you learned something about 100, yes, so, and able to use it successfully, so it's in your room, we can introduce cards. So what are these cards? The cards are exactly the same cards as on this table. And they are important because that's something that children can hold, yeah, in their hands. And they can actually look at them. Yes, so, and as you can guess, they can match them to the line. And when they do it, they're not just sitting and writing in their notebooks, they are moving. So how you can see it in action. So let's say I give children number. Let's start with something simple. They usually pick. So let's say this number, that's the one of their favorite numbers. Yeah, it's number 4. Yeah, they say, Kate, I'm 4, 4, 4. I'm 4. So now, okay, you're 4. Find this number on the table or find this number on the number line. And they have to match the number by going through all the other numbers, right? And visually, they remember what numbers look like. This cures a lot of issues that they will have down the track. And of course, this is pretty intuitive. So if you have number 4, some smart kids will smart in a way that advanced in understanding symbols. So they will match the symbol 4 to symbol 4. Yeah. While others who are concrete learners, they will need to match the number of squares. Yes. So number of squares 1, 2, 3, 4. And they will have to find something similar and they will count it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they will say, this one, I found it. I found it. And it's so much fun to watch them finding it. And then you can come and get another card. That's your award. No stickers, nothing. I don't give any stickers for that. We are learning. Yeah, so they come and want another card. They ask me, can I get another card? I was like, okay, here you go. That's another card for you. And they come, and while I'm giving cards to different children, it's a lot of movement happening. And they actually look at each other as well, and they learn their numbers. And of course, they start to help each other too. For example, they say, no, that's your number. And you would say, oh, they're helping. That's amazing because it's peer scaffolding. Again, Vygotsky theory, and they are helping each other in a good way. So they match 3 to 3 here. They count 1, 2, 3. And then they found 3 on the table. Excellent. So can you find another card? And then we go on and on and on. Once they, don't be shy and give them cards like that. Yeah, they're like, oh, what's that number? That's Google. Yeah, that's a big number. And you're like, can you find this big number on the table? And they might start looking. It might take them 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, as long as it takes. And believe me, all of them were able to find it. Yeah, all of them. They might not know that it is number 92, but they were able to find it on the table. Yes, and match it. And that's the first step towards really strong grasp of numeracy concepts and understanding of numbers. All right, so what else can we do with these cards? With these cards, we can also do some other fun games, such as I don't know how to call it. It's a fun game, actually, but I would say just name this number. So I have all the cards here, and I usually start with the simple ones. So I tell children, I'm going to show you the card, and you need to, they usually yell it out. You can say, quietly say it, but they're going to yell, believe me, unless you train them. So you're going to say it. Yes, say it, not yell, say it out loud, and you will get the card. So what can happen is that they might actually all say the number 4, yeah, and you say, yeah, well done, you won this one. Then can you win in this game with me? What is this number? Yeah, and that's 6. What is this number? That's 3. And then you show a number they probably do not know. And you wait and don't tell them the answer until maybe one of them will figure it out. But even if they don't know, you can say, that's 24. And then what is this number? And they are like, thinking. And they might say 31, 44. And you're like, no, that's 21. And then you move on. And as you go through this, they will see it a few times. And eventually they will start being right about it. So they might say 4. They say, yeah, that's 44. You can get this number. What is this number? They can say 27. Yeah, 27. See, 27. And that's a learning experience, yet a fun game, competitive game. I played with children in early learning center that is not far from where I live. And I still have the recording that you might find on my YouTube channel and in my blog, where they pretty much scream all the time, been super excited that they guessed all the numbers, even without this additional information from these Zaitsev cards. They were able to guess the numbers because how competitive this game was, how much fun it was, how much brain was stimulated, and they absolutely enjoyed not just guessing the numbers, but also doing the final count when they did look at how many cards they got. So they were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one of them guessed 22 cards. This positions them as an assessment very clearly where they are in understanding numbers in early numeracy, and what you as a teacher or a parent need to focus on. So that's the cards. I'd say that's enough for starters. A little bit of a bonus for you. What else can you do with this number line? So you can teach different languages and support home languages. Let's say you have a child who speaks another language. So I speak Russian. So I would introduce a sound of a different language and tell them that in different countries, people speak different languages. And in community that we live also, same, people speak different languages. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or you can count in Italian 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can count in Spanish. So whatever languages you speak or your team members speak, or yeah, so you can definitely use that and introduce these numbers. For example, I used to work with a child who could speak Spanish, and every day when we would have a group time, we would count unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cuatro, cinco, seis. Yeah, and he would be running this group time segment. Yeah, so will teach us, and he absolutely loved sharing his knowledge about numbers. But if you add number line, this will be really great because they will have the same symbol, like let's say 0, 1, but 2 different words. And this is amazing for brain development because it's quite known that bilingual children have to switch between operations, and this creates faster reactions. And of course, pre-reading skills, numeracy skills, they perform better later on because of all this switching that's happening. So expose children to another language, and remember that it is symbolic language. Yeah, and if you are working in Australia, you know that we have EYLF, and there is a little bit of a quiz for you. Can you find the exact learning outcome that covers numeracy and teaching numbers and supporting learning of numbers, understanding of concepts, symbols, and symbolic systems? And can you write down it in the comments what outcome and sub-outcome that is? And if you will, I'll send you a gift if you contact me, and I will email you something that is related to today's live session. Thank you for watching. Any questions, post them, and I hope you enjoyed this live stream. And tell me if you want more videos on early numeracy and how to use all the things that I have, because it's not the only one that I have.